Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach you chapter number 8 of history, and the name of your chapter is Asoka, the emperor who gave up war. So, in this chapter, we will study about the Asoka, and here we will discuss only important topic of the chapter. So, uh, by the end of the Vedic period, the Aryan tribal settlement spread across the Indo-Gangetic plains, grew into territorial divisions like Janapadas. Next, one of the most powerful Janapadas was that of Magadha under the Mauryas. Rise of Magadha. Point number 1. The rise of Magadha is attributed to the fertile plain along the river Ganga. Point number 2. The Haryanka, Shishunga and Nanda dynasties helped in the development of Magadha as a powerful state. Point number 3. Around 326 BC, Greek ruler Ruler Alexander invaded India. At that time, Magadha was ruled by Nandas. Point number 4. The Nanda rulers who had humiliated Chanakya were overthrown by Chandragupta, who established the Mauryan Empire in 321 BC with his capital at Patliputra. So at that time, the capital of Asoka's is Patliputra. We can say that Mauryan's capital is Patliputra. Point number 5. Chandragupta captured Punjab, Gujarat, Afghanistan. He even defeated Greek ruler Seleucus in 305 BC. Point number 6. After ruling for 25 years, Chandragupta became a Jain ascetic and gave his kingdom to his son Bindusara, who further expanded it southward. So after the death of Chandragupta, he was handed over his property to his son named by Bindusara, who further expanded it southward. Next topic of this chapter is Asoka from a warrior to messenger of peace. How Asoka became a warrior to a messenger of peace. So point number 1. Bindusara was succeeded by his son Asoka, the greatest Mauryan empire. We know that Asoka, he was one of the greatest Mauryan empire. Point number 2. He undertook military campaign against Kalinga. After defeating it, he saw a pool of blood. Point number 3. The sight of large-scale killing moved Asoka and he embraced Buddhism. So, during that Kalinga, after the war of Kalinga, Asoka mind it was changed after looking the blood shed all over. So now he is trying to change himself. Point number 3. The sight of large scale killing moved Asoka and he embraced Buddhism. Point number 4. He began to spread the teaching of Buddha not only in India but even abroad. Point number 5. His philosophy called Dhamma was propagated all over. He preached peace, tolerance, shunning violence, stopping animal sacrifice and respect of slaves by their masters. Point number 6. He sent missionaries called Dhamma Mahamatas to Sri Lanka, Burma and Southeast Asian countries to propagate Buddhism. So after this, Asoka, he was sending so many messengers like in Sri Lanka for spreading peace and spreading of Buddhism. So next topic is Mauryan administration. Point number 1. The central administration was headed by the king, who was the supreme judge and the lawgiver. Point number 2. The king appointed several officials called mantris and amatyas to assist him. Point number 3. The provincial administration was headed by a governor who was generally a Kumara or an Aryapura. Point number 4. The provinces were divided into district or Janapada. It had three important officials called Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta. So, their provinces are divided into three important official part, that is Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta. Next topic is military system. Point number 1. The Mauryas had established a vast empire with the help of a powerful army. Point number 2. Megasthenes, a Greek ambassador, wrote that soldiers were most numerous class next to the cultivator. Point number 3. The Artha Shastra mentioned three types of soldiers, namely hereditary fighting class, mercenaries willing to fight for any government which engaged their services, and artisans. Point number 4. The army consisted of 6 lakh infantry, 30,000 horsemen, 3,000 chariots and 9,000 elephants. Point number 5. The army administration was under a commander-in-chief. Mauryas. Point number 6. There were 6 specialized departments to look after the military administration. Point number 7. Further, the king appointed a number of trusted sacred servicemen. So for any queries, you can ask the king to know what people thought about him. Have a nice day. Last topic of this chapter is achievement of Mauryas. So how they achieved. Now we will discuss some important points. Point number 1. The agriculture was the main occupation of the Mauryas. Point number 2. In addition, merchants were also found in large numbers. Point number 3. Divisions in society was based on the different occupation of people. Point number 4. Mauryan art and architecture in the form of stupas, viharas, pillars and rock edicts is very popular. Point number 5. Megasthenes, Indic and Kautilya Arthashastra are two valuable sources of knowing about the Mauryas. Point number 6. The state became weak politically and financially after the death of Ashoka and started declining. So here it's all about this chapter. For any queries, you can text me below. Thank you, children.